Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning to everyone who is joining from the United States, and good evening to everyone who is watching us from Asia. Thank you very much for joining today's community call. We are doing that just to remind you every month, and during these calls, we're usually covering the latest on our roadmap, our achievements, and what we've actually done so far. By tradition, let me introduce myself. I'm Alex, the CEO and the founder with Equilibrium. Today, I'm accompanied by my colleague, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Thank you, Alex. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet everyone here again on a monthly basis. My name is Natalie. I'm from the business development team. I'm happy to share with everyone here our latest partnership effort.
Amazing. So as usual, we have prepared the slides, and yeah, just a sec. Let me share my screen. Yeah, so today's agenda is pretty packed, and we'll be covering quite a bunch of stuff related to our recent achievements in terms of developments and obviously integrations. And probably the most hot topic for everyone in the community is our recently launched liquidity mining campaign called Equilibrium or EQ Blast. So today we'll be covering that quite extensively. Let me walk you through all the topic of today's call. So first of all, as I said, it's EQ Blast, then Multichain Bridge, which is currently live on Equilibrium. Our farming and bridging demo, that's something that we will be showing today as well, just to walk you through the interfaces and make sure that you are kind of aware of how things work. Also, very important update on our listing. So the EQ token is going to be live on March the 9th. Yes, this is something that we'll be covering here as well. New integrations. So new integrations, respectively, Subwallets, Pendulum, and Ajuna. We'll actually guide you through our progress on the 2023 roadmap, and I'll give you some development updates. Okay, so let's kick this off. First of all, Equilibrium Blast or EQ Blast campaign. So this is something we've been preparing for quite a long period of time, and that's really exciting news for all the community members who are actually proactively participating in our developments and in the project success. So we are introducing the campaign, which actually stimulates activity of liquidity providers and everyone who is considering Equilibrium pools as a point of destination of their assets. So we currently accepting quite a bunch of them. There is obviously a lineup of .summer assets available for staking on the platform, and you actually can make a good use of your dots, let's say, or some ecosystem tokens, which are the most kind of reliable and very well traded across several exchanging venues. Sorry. And basically, like during this campaign, you are eligible for getting over 90% APR. So this APR will be paid in our EQ tokens. So this APR is actually, you can basically achieve this APR through combining different strategies. There is some, basic stuff. Obviously, just simple depositing funds into our liquidity pools, starting from insurance pool, which gives you the maximum APR just on regular staking of 15%. So just for the records here, all the APR that I mentioned is actually accrued in addition to the regular APR that you get from our products. So meaning if you are lending out your assets, you'll be still getting lending interest from borrowers. And on top of that, you'll be getting this APR that is indicated here in terms of our liquidity farming or liquidity mining campaign. Also, like other pools also offer quite interesting earning opportunities. Respect to the lending pool is introducing 10% APR additionally to just irregular interest that you get from borrowers. Stable swap pool, this is something new that we have recently launched. So this is the pool where you can swap your stable coins, including our native EQT stablecoin, and there's a pair against USDC and also a pair against USDT separately. So you can actually deposit their funds, including your stable coins, and enjoy quite significant yield. So actually, and this is not included, by the way, in today's presentation, we have launched this stable swap pool just yet, and we are very excited about that achievement as well. So you can find it in our interface, and I'm just pointing out this here just for your information. The stable swap is live, and you actually can start doing things with that. So actually, like if it comes to strategies to maximize your APR during the liquidity farming campaign, there are a few steps that you can take in order to get the maximum possible APR. Here I present the most probably interesting one. As a result, you can actually expect 40% APR paid in DQ tokens. So in order to get that, you need to have dots initially, and if you have dots in your portfolio, you can stake dot through our platform. So what's cool about that? So that's actually you are staking at the regular, so to say, APR that Polkadot is offering to dot stakers. So right now it's what we are paying is 12% APR. And in exchange of your stake dots, you are getting liquid EQ dots, which can be used for various purposes on our platform. The most kind of obvious one, which is mentioned here, is using it as collateral. So you can lock your EQ dots and either borrow some assets from our money markets. And another way around here is to mint EQD, which is our native decentralized stablecoin. So if you're minting your EQD, you can consider adding USDC liquidity to EQD that you minted, and put this liquidity into the stable swap pool that I just mentioned. If you are doing that, your APR will be increased up to 25.4%, which is like more than 2 times higher than the initial APR for staking just dots. And on top of that, when you are staking things to stable swap, you're getting LP tokens from there. And you can leverage these LP tokens up to 5 times, meaning that you kind of can do 5 iterations. So you basically lock LP tokens in the money markets where they're accepted as collateral, means EQD, puts EQD and USDC to the stable swap pool, gets more LP tokens, and again, you can reiterate that 5 times. Eventual APR that you can expect is almost 40%. But the last, not least, there are some other opportunities as well. So besides just regular APR, there are actually 2 multipliers that we are introducing in terms of our full blast or EQ blast campaign. So the first multiplier is actually available for EQ token holders. So if you are, and this is the highest APR, the highest multiplier that you can get. So it's up to 3.4 times multiplier on your regular APR that you get during the campaign. And this, in order to achieve this multiplier, you need to lock your EQ tokens in the Equilibrium's governance. So basically, what does it mean? So if you hold EQ tokens, you can bring it to the platform, lock in the governance system, still enjoy the governance power of this token. So basically, you can vote for various proposals, make like decisions as prominent, ecosystem participant. But simultaneously, these tokens will be considered as addition to your stake within the platform. And if you consider your stake like EQ stake in the governance, so basically the liquidity which is equal to your stake, like in dollar value, to your stake in the system, on this liquidity will be actually applied the multiplier or which you can get through this EQ staking. So for example, if you're staking, let's say $1,000 in liquidity pools across the system, and you are staking, for example, $100 worth EQ tokens in the governance. So this $100 of liquidity in liquidity pools will be receiving the multiply according to this offer. So multiply actually is varying depending on how long you are staking your EQ tokens. So if you're locking them for 24 months, then you are eligible to get the maximum multiplier, which is 3.4 times. This is like quite significant multiplier, I would say. And another opportunity here is actually available for all the community members, like everyone who actually have been subscribed to our social media until the launch of EQ Blasts, and simultaneously you have filled out the application form, then you are eligible for 1.5x multiplier, no matter like how many EQ you stake or whether you stake EQ at all. You are eligible for 1.5x multiplier. The application form is really closed, but still, like everyone who managed to basically fill out that form and subscribe to our socials is eligible to that multiplier. So another opportunity actually to earn yields in terms of our first wave of the EQ Blast campaign is using EQD for liquidity mining in other pools of .summer. So we'll be announcing a few other partnerships with AMMs and other DeFi products in the .summer ecosystem really soon, next month. And there will be like more interesting opportunities for you as well. So just bear this in mind. And anyways, if you have not yet participated in the EQ Blast, haven't yet, provided liquidity to the pools, think about this opportunity. I'm sure that you will find something interesting for you as well. So the assets that we're currently accepting, once again, it's DOT, some ecosystem tokens like Glimmer, Astar, and others. So we are also accepting C dots from Parallel. We're accepting USDC from Ethereum itself, and there will be more assets to come in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned to our announcements. So here's another important update, which is like really meaningful for our further progress, is eventual integration with the bridge. It's multi-chain, and actually, as you guys probably remember, we have announced the partnership long time ago. However, it took us some time to get to the current point, because we eventually needed to not just do the actual integration, but also like go through the absolute madness of governance process on Moonbeam. So eventually, like all the proposals being voted and tokens and all connections being activated. So right now we're happy to announce that Multichain is eventually live on Equilibrium, meaning that we are bridging tokens from Ethereum to Equilibrium, vice versa. These Ethereum-based assets that can be transferred through the bridge include Ethereum, WBTC, and USDC. So probably will be considering adding some other assets as well later when the platform will be maturing. And also we are enabling transfers of equilibrium-based tokens as well, respectively EQ and our native decentralized stablecoin called EQD. So what's the advantage of using multi-chain? So first of all, it's quite trusted bridging solution. Our choice was not spontaneous. We're approaching like all the liquidity providers we're working with, also like our investors, most of them like, traders and people who actually do hands-on operations with various assets on a daily basis. And they indicated that multi-chain is something they really trust. And if we integrated, they will be quite comfortable with bridging liquidity through multi-chain to our parachain, our DeFi hub on Polkadot. So TVL of multi-chain is quite impressive. It's almost $2 billion until now. And what's important, this is the native integration via Moonbeam, meaning that the level of actual decentralization here is quite decent. So right now we're bridging Ethereum, the Ethereum network, but as you know, multi-chain is available on multiple other networks. So like in the future, we are planning for other integrations as well. Yeah, so again, multi-chain bridges are already available on our interface. If you think of transferring any of mentioned assets to Equilibrium, or bridging some assets out of Equilibrium to Ethereum, then you might refer to this bridging solution, which is already up and running in our application. So here I wanted to show you some demo of our current functionality. So let me switch my screen to sharing the actual browser screen. Just a sec. One sec. Yeah, let me switch to here. Okay, so this is our website, a little bit renowned. It's equilibrium.io. For those who probably don't know where this is, so you can go to equilibrium.io, open this link, and here you basically can click whatever button you wish and enter our application. So on the application screen, you will see like quite a lot of options here on the left. It's almost all the products that we currently have on the table to offer. So let's see what's going on in the markets. So like, we're gearing up, and actually, if you follow us closely, like here, the TVL growth is already like steadily going on. We had just $40,000 a few days ago, and this is like right now, this is purely retail activity that we currently have here. But we're expecting more liquidity influx in the coming couple of weeks based on our arrangements, and we are sure that the community activity will be steadily growing in the course of this period, and we see quite a lot of interest actually. Like liquidity is coming in different portions, like small ones and bigger ones from our community. This is really good. So again, if we look at the assets that we currently support, so let's switch to the wallets. You see here our EQ tokens. Right, then DOTS, as I said, EQD, which is our native stablecoin, Astar, Glimmer, LP tokens for our stable swap pool, USDT, it's the native version of USDT from the statements, then XDOT, XDOT in different versions. So XDOT, as you remember, is our liquid dot kind of staking mechanism for participating in crowd loans on Polkadot. Just to remind you, we have actually collected over, I guess, a million dots through these mechanics for various parachain projects. So like quite a bunch of liquidity currently sitting on Jinchira, but just a heads up for everyone who's holding XDOT on Jinchira. The bridge is actually already enabled, and you can transfer your XDOT from Jinchira to Equilibrium and do whatever you want here in the products. Also, we're supporting CDOTs from Parallel, right? So this is wallets, and actually I have zero balance all these assets right now here. EQ is a staked dots wrapper. So if you are considering staking dots, you can do that through Equilibrium. Actually, you have the same functionality actually here in the menu. So you can go through to dot staking and actually stake your dots if you consider to do so. So let's get back to here, Ethereum from Multichain and USDC. So what I actually wanted to show you here during the call is the actual bridging of assets from other networks, respectively from Ethereum. So let's actually do that. So I'm choosing USDC. Actually, like I have selected USDC. It's from Ethereum network, and I actually want to deposit here, I'd say 1,000 USDC. Okay, so yeah, sorry. Just a sec. Hold on a sec. Okay, so let me connect my wallet here. Connected. Okay, so I'm depositing 1,000. Now we need to sign the transaction here on MetaMask, right? So I'm signing the transaction, and it's the approval transaction, as you know. So like the approval transaction is needed to allow third-party smart contracts to fetch assets from my wallet. Okay, so transaction has passed. Okay, so let me deposit the outstanding amount here. I'm sending another transaction for the actual deposits. Okay, so it's work in progress. So the actual bridging through multi-chain requires slightly above, probably like 5 minutes around that. But yeah, anyways, like it's pretty straightforward. So let me do this. So actually, if it comes to the actual staking, let me show you where you actually can do that. So this is like the Earn tab. So if you're considering staking, you can go to Earn tab. You have here two options. So the first one is strategies, meaning that there are a few strategies that you can refer to if you want to maximize your APR. So probably the most interesting one is called here Farming Guru. So Farming Guru allows you to maximize your staking through actually few iterations through depositing dots, depositing USDC, staking dots, receiving EQ dots, using EQ dot as collateral, borrowing EQD, putting as liquidity into stable swap pool, and actually reiterating that multiple times, up to 5 times. So after this kind of series of operations, you can get up to 25% APR. Let me check whether I had. Okay, no, it seems like it's on the way. It's on the way. So hold on, just 1 sec. So I have actually here some of my EQ dots staked in insurance pool. Let me unstake it here. Hold on a sec. Sorry. So you can see here in the pool, insurance pool, my staking. Yeah. So let me unstake all my dots from here, so I can show you all the functionality. Yeah. Sorry about that. Actually, a little bit. didn't expect that it will take so long to get USDC but through multi-chain. But anyways, I can show you the rest of the things with my EQ dots. So basically, imagine that I have like dots in my accounts. So here, yeah. So I actually received my EQ dots. Okay, just yeah. So I have my EQ dot here. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Sorry, seems like something going a little bit, wrong direction here. Okay, so I got yeah, sorry. So the idea is here. So I've got my EQ dot here in the wallet. So imagine that you have your dots in the wallet as well. So in order to get your EQ dot, you just go here to dot staking. So since I actually don't have dots, then I cannot stake anything here. But if you will have, you will basically able to do that. So you click stake, enter your dot amounts, and after you're doing the staking, you will receive also your EQ dot into your wallet. Okay, so again, I have 20 EQ dot right now, and let me show you. So here I can use my Q dot as collateral, right? So and I can basically mint EQD using my EQ dots. So let's say I will be minting 20 EQD, and my collateral will be 20 EQ dots. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting until my EQD will be minted. So as soon as I get my EQD, then I can deposit in. Okay, so yeah, this is a success. So here, actually, when you'll be depositing funds, you can basically see here on the success screen some of the next steps that you can perform in order to actually improve your APR on staking. So I can basically deposit. Yeah, so here I'm actually advised to deposit my stablecoins. So hopefully, oh no, I'm still not getting my USDC from Multichain. Again, it takes time. So probably let's do this. Let me just simply look into here. Okay, so apparently I cannot do that without having my USDC. So anyways, when I receive my USDC, I will be able to go to the swap functionality here and yeah, basically deposit my EQD and USDC stablecoins into the pool. So that's something I will be able to do. Yeah, so hopefully like this demo actually was helpful. You actually received some, you got some understanding of how things work here in Equilibrium. Yeah, unfortunately, like again, it takes time. I'm still waiting until my USDC will come to my account. So hopefully, like I will receive that like in somewhat 10 minutes from now. And yeah, so if it will be the case, I can basically show you the next steps with stable coins. So let's wait a little bit, and probably let's get back to our today's agenda, and first go through other topics, because we also have few guests today from the number of our partners. Yeah, so let me switch to our presentation deck. Just hold on a sec. Okay. So yeah, so basically like few things here that I wanted to share with you as well. So as I said, Equilibrium's tokens EQ is gonna be listed on March the 9th. So mark the date, and actually as we promised, as you probably guys know, we have conducted the community voting, which ended like in the beginning of this month, and community had a say, and they decided that we need to go live in the current market environment, which is not necessarily bad. So I guess like probably we even see like some improvements. And yeah, so we're following the suggestion of our community, and again, since you guys have decided, we have done some homework to get this done, and we have secured 3 tier 1 exchanges for listing. We are not able to announce the exact names like right now, because we have certain confidentiality commitments to our partners, and actually like pairs that you can expect on these venues will be Q to USDT. So the status for these venues, we have signed all the contracts, and currently have also undergone some liquidity arrangements. We have selected 2 top levels players from the number of the most well-known market makers. Announcements on these partnerships are on their way, so like quite soon we will roll out a few announcements, first of all, again, on the exchange venues where Cube is going to be listed, and also on these market makers with whom we're going to be live on the March 9th. Okay, so hopefully this was good news. Okay, so I'm taking over to my colleague Natalie. She will be covering our integrations with the partners.
Yep. Thanks, Alex. We are happy to announce that we have formed new partnerships with the projects that you are seeing here. So yeah, just a short introduction about the projects that we are partnering with. Like first of all, Pendulum. So Pendulum is a parachain that is optimized for fiat transactions. So basically, Pendulum allows for traditional finance services to basically access the benefit of DeFi with ease. So Pendulum also features a spacewalk bridge, which is a trustless bridge to the Stellar blockchain that actually helps to unlock access to fiat-backed stablecoin ecosystem. So, and these stablecoin can be used to develop like Forex specific applications on Pendulum. So basically, our partnership with Pendulum will help to provide additional utility to Pendulum's Pen asset, and also other assets supported on Pendulum, for example, like by listing Pen asset, Pen token on Equilibrium's money market and order book-based DEX. So Pen users will be able to, lend out their assets for farming rewards, or they could trade Pen in a non-custodial way on our DEX as well. And also, furthermore, by supporting Stellar's fiat-backed stablecoin as collateral for minting EQD, so Pendulum and Stellar ecosystem users could actually leverage their assets to mint EQD stablecoin. So basically, they can use EQD stablecoin as a routing asset into other parachains. So, well, in other words, it's like, EQD sort of provide an easy way for Pendulum and Stellar ecosystem users to enter into the Polkadot ecosystem, because EQD is widely connected with many parachains and dApps in the ecosystem via XCM securely. So we are super excited with our partnership with Pendulum. We are very excited in what's coming up next. And next we have Ajuna as well. So basically, Ajuna is a very exciting project as well. It's a decentralized gaming platform that aims to bring like blockchain gaming into the mainstream. So they sort of add value in two ways. Like, so for game studios, Ajuna helps developers to seamlessly integrate like, those industry leading game engines like the Unity, Unreal with, blockchain based assets. And for gamers, Ajuna is like helping players to sort of truly own their in-game assets and basically provide a venue for players to monetize them. So we are proud to have partnered with Ajuna, where EQD stablecoin is accepted as one of the payment option for in-game microtransactions. I think this is a very good value add to gamers, because that way gamers can make like, in-game purchases via stablecoin, and this enhance user experience, because then gamers can fully focus on their games without like, having to deal with price fluctuation risk. So we are super excited about this additional EQD use case, and we are also very positive about the blockchain based games and believe in its growing adoption. And also, like next, we have also Subwallet here today. So we are very happy to announce our partnership with Subwallet as well. So as we all know, I guess everyone here knows, like, Subwallet is a user-friendly Web3 gateway to the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. So basically, their vision is to provide like the simplest, like the slickiest UI, UX, or most secure way to connect blockchain-based applications like Equilibrium on Polkadot. So we are very happy to have Equilibrium's native asset, EQ, and EQD stablecoin to be supported on Subwallet, as one of the major well-known wallets with great UI, UX in the Polkadot ecosystem. So basically, this integration would allow users to interact with EQ and EQD via Subwallet. So, and later we have a special guest from Subwallet. So she'll be able to show like everyone here what exactly can be done with Subwallet. So yeah, super excited about that. Yeah. So Ajuna, we are very happy to have invited our special guests from Ajuna today. Actually, they were here with us in our last community call, but the call kind of went a bit longer than expected, so they couldn't make it. So we apologize for that again. Yeah, but so happy today that we are able to have them here with us today again. So I would like to introduce everyone. Cedric, the CEO and founder at Ajuna, and Nicholas, the Chief Business Development Officer and co-founder at Ajuna. We would like to welcome them to our call today.
Yeah, I'm inviting.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, Nicholas is accepting the invitation to the stage. I cannot find Cedric, by the way.
Okay.
So Cedric Motta, somebody I have here. Okay.
Oh, okay. There is a message saying that Cedric is not joining, so probably just Nicholas.
Okay, seems like it's a different Cedric. So Nicholas, if you hear and if you hear us, please join the stage. You need to accept the invitation. I guess it should be somewhere on the right-hand side of your screen. Please double check. Okay, so before the guys actually joins, I wanted to say that we are really anticipating a lot of good things about this integration, because Ajuna is one of the most prominent gaming projects in the .sum ecosystem, and they recently have secured the investment rounds. They raised, as far as I remember, 5 mils, and yeah, this is pretty lots in the current market, I guess. So I've heard few big names who actually help them to secure this rounds. Oh yeah, so this is basically like even 7 million. That's what I understand. I see the private round. Oh, okay, so it's like the total raise that guys have done. So yeah, it was like 5 mils, 5 mils in the previous round, I guess. Right. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty decent results, I guess. And yeah, so there were few prominent funds, including Animoca brands actually supporting them, which is really good. Because like as you guys know, Animoca is one of the most interesting and influential counterparties in the gaming kind of gaming the gaming markets. Okay, just a sec. Yeah, so I also see here, I'm literally reading the announcement right now, and actually a few other guys like Signum Capital, for example, is our friends, also our investors. Hi, Nicholas. I'm
Hi,
actually warming.
hi everyone.
Hi,
I'm
Nicholas.
warming up the stage for you. So I'm telling about your recent achievements and your exciting 5 million raise that you have closed just recently.
Hey, yes, thank you very much. I was having a bit of problem sort of logging in from my phone, but I think you can probably now hear me. So yeah, thank you for inviting me on stage and inviting the team to share a bit of our information. I didn't catch everything that you said, so I'll try sort of to recap. But yeah, we're very happy that we managed to sort of close around. This was something that we had opened. At some point last year. Obviously, the market conditions changed quite a lot over the past 6 months, but I think, as always, when it's with a lot of things, even fundraising, you need to keep talking to people, you need to keep showing your progress, and there's always a good match, right? Sort of there's bad conditions of the market, but there's always good investors and there's good teams. And if you have a good team, you'll find, I think, the good investors. So maybe sort of as an encouraging message to everyone out there, it's, the market might be difficult, but there's still opportunities, and as long as you sort of chase after them, I think something good can be, let's say, achieved. And yeah, obviously, super happy to talk about sort of a partnership here. I think that sort of the introduction of stable coins in sort of gaming is quite important. You don't really need to think too much about it. Just think of your own sort of personal gaming experience, right? We live in the past couple of decades, it's sort of in two big versions. There's sort of traditional console gaming where we're used to, paying quite a lot of money to buy an individual game, and then sort of there's mobile gaming where we're very used to microtransactions, right? I pay 199, 299, 399 in order to access a game. So one of the big sort of problems that we see as we're moving forward and as we're incorporating sort of digital assets and all of these sort of in-game economies into games, it's important that at least for gamers, for certain types of games, they are used to something stable. I know that I can buy my sword, my pack, my digital item for not a fluctuating sort of price. I think where we start thinking about, let's say, fluctuating prices and things like that, where it becomes interesting, is only once the decision from let's say a gamer has come to remove his in-game item, his in-game asset from that environment. So really, NFTs, if we want to sort of talk about them, NFTs really exist once you remove them from the game, right? Once it's an in-game asset or an in-game item, at that point is completely fungible. It changes. So really, where the markets play sort of a role is the moment that you, as a user, decide to sort of take that out and put it somewhere else. So yeah, that's sort of a bit of let's say, hello from myself, and happy to be here for now.
Amazing. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's really exciting to have you here. And our questions actually definitely lying like around the DeFi side of things. And we're curious, like how you think that gaming and blockchain gaming specifically would benefit from DeFi? Like what would be possible synergies and use cases that you see respectively?
I think that's a great question, and in reality, it should be almost the other way around, in the sense that what a lot of times here in the blockchain space we seem to not to forget is that a lot of these concepts that we are working with are concepts that gamers in these digital environments have been living with the past decade, and that's why it's a very, I think, good use case gaming sort of into blockchain. Let's talk about simple things like in-game currencies and in-game economies and digital items. We care about all of these items because of games. We used to, whether that's a simple game like Candy Crush that I need to pay my US dollars to get, candy gems or whatever they're called. So we're used to these different digital currencies. And when we talk about DeFi, let's say sort of in general, let's take a very simple sort of example that there's always a lender, there's always a borrower, or there's a whale and there's somebody else. These terms exist in gaming already for a game, whether that's called World of Warcraft, whether that's called any turn-based game with cards. There's always whales, let's say, in gaming, right? Sort of those are the ones that are always interested in the most expensive items, the ones that will sort of lend them out and create these opportunities sort of for gamers. So DeFi is one of the most critical parts to blockchain gaming, especially as we move down the future for balancing. It might seem a trivial thing, but unless you can balance an economy of a game properly, the whole thing collapses. You may have a great gameplay, you may have a great progression ladder, you may even have a great engagement. If the design of your economy, which needs to have a big amount sort of DeFi options in there to be able to contain it, it can collapse. So I would say short term or mid term, it's probably about very simple things that sort of DeFi and gaming can bring together. So one of the things that we're trying to do with also my Ajuna avatars is that we're really sort of diving full ahead in this creating Web3 experiences. And Web3 experiences mean that yes, we have ugly unnecessary wallets. Yes, we have slow interaction times with the Kusama network currently running on 12-second blocks. Yes, we're going to have sort of all of these things. You can't get it on iOS, you can't get it on Android. But we have sort of chosen to embrace these limitations of the technology, right? Technology has never limited creativity, right? One of the most popular video games was Snake, right, on your Nokia phone. That's all it could do, right? It was a dot matrix little screen, and half of the world was playing Snake, going around and things. So technology is not a limitation to creativity. So by embracing the Web3 sort of ethos and concepts, we are purely sort of for Web3 experiences. You need to have your wallet. We will introduce now sort of these adventures that we're having for our legendary AAAs, where we're going to sort of from as a game, you can think about it that these legendary AAAs will be able to go get their pilot's license, then they can go buy a spaceship and they can go and mine some, let's say, gems and ore on a planet. But really, in the background, what we want to show the users is that to get your license, for example, you need to sign a blockchain transaction. To go on that spaceship, you need to stake your sort of Bayou token. Again, things that gamers are familiar with. We do them every day. It's just that there's no blockchain, there's no token, there's no sort of all of this technical terms behind it. So DeFi and blockchain gaming in its purest form is I think, a necessary match for stable economies in the future. Sorry for the long answer, but yeah.
Yeah. No, that definitely makes sense. And actually, like there are pretty a lot of other use cases, of course, like just beyond gaming and stuff. And it's an exciting times we are facing when this decentralized economy will basically embrace all the traditional kind of forms of your financial interactions in the real world. Cool. What's kind of just let's say a few words about our partnership. So like how are you expecting to use EQD stablecoin in your products?
Yeah. So obviously, as we said, so the one of the most important reasons to have a stable coin in, and again, it's not all games that are designed in the same way. In a game that will have a big majority, let's say, of microtransactions, introducing a stable coin that people can obtain really easily directly through the game is important for games as seasons later on of Awesome Ajuna avatars will be, in order to be able, in a very easy and user-friendly way, people who come to play a game or a season of Awesome Ajuna avatars can, whether that's obtain sort of convert their tokens to a stable coin or the other way around, in order to be able to do, let's say, microtransactions in the local, let's say, economy or for the game. More importantly, also, I would say that, so season one, which was focused completely on onboarding people, let's say, native to the Polkadot ecosystem, the minute that we start moving outside and trying to sort of reach to users who are either still native Web3, but outside of the ecosystem, stablecoins are a much easier value proposition, sort of something which is a lot easily digestible for them. And equally, same thing when we go towards Web2 users and we want to attract them without confusing them with, hey, go to an exchange to obtain this token, and it gets quite messy. So for now, I think first step of what we're going to be working on is how and what is going to be sort of that first use case for stablecoin integration for gamers, right, in the Bayou network, and later on, obviously, also for Ajuna.
Understood. Yeah, that's we are very excited about this partnership. I definitely think that stablecoins will be playing quite crucial role in in successful gaming projects and stuff. So yeah, I think like we are quite short on time, unfortunately, during our community calls, and we are not able to go that much in the depth of the details. But yeah, we thank you very much for joining us today. And yeah, so if you want to say some closing remarks, please do.
Again, thank you very much for having us. This is an exciting and long-term sort of partnership because, again, as I know that both you and our team, we want to find specific use cases where we can bring value to the end user, and I think that you can see from our side what we're going to try to bring sort of to the ecosystem and to our users is to create, and your users, is to create small contained Web3 experiences where people can really see the potential for the value that we can all together bring as an ecosystem, right? Because to get out a season of Awesome Ajuna avatars, you needed to have the infrastructure of Kusama, you need to have a team which was going to build sort of the game, which was us, you needed to have the integration of wallets from teams like Subwallet and sort of Talisman, and later on the seasons you will have to have also the synergy from teams like Equilibrium, where they're bringing in whether that's sort of the stablecoin as step one, and then sort of DeFi options. That's the beauty of Polkadot, and I think that's the beauty of us sort of trying to figure out ways we can work together. So again, thank you for having me on the call, and looking forward to working with you and the team.
Thank you, Nicholas. Pleasure, and thanks very much for making this call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, we as usual we have pretty packed agenda. So I guess like our next guest, Natalie, please introduce.
Sure. Next is Pendulum. So yeah, we are very excited about what Pendulum is building and also what they are bringing to the ecosystem. So we see a lot of synergies actually between both of our parachains, and we are super excited to what's coming up next in our collaboration. So today we are very honored to have our special guest from Pendulum today. So let me introduce Jonathan Helwig, the community manager at Pendulum. So Alex, could you please invite him to the call?
Yeah, I'm already invited, so waiting for him to join.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey.
How's it going?
Thanks, man. Good. How are you? Sorry for making.
Thank you.
Yeah, so sorry for letting you wait a little bit. Yeah, today we have a pretty packed call.
Been very interesting. Didn't feel like waiting at all. No worries.
Nice. Thank you very much for joining us today. So do you want to introduce yourself? Tell a little bit more about Pendulum, yourself, your background and stuff.
Sure, yeah. I'll keep it on the short side. Name is Jonathan. I'm the community manager for Pendulum and Amplitude Chain, which is our Kusama sister chain for 1 year now. And what we are trying to do is to build the infrastructure that will allow traditional finance to move on-chain, to do away with lots of the inefficiencies that the industry is riddled with. And one of our focuses here is also to make that viable for the end users, for retail users, and to really create an opportunity here where both can work together in a mutually beneficial environment. And I think we're making great strides to get there, and that would probably be the very short sum up here.
Hey, thanks. Jonathan, I have a few questions for you. I think previously you guys mentioned that you guys are launching like a TGE in February, if not wrong. So could you please share a bit like where you guys is at right now and what's the kind of like stage of development right now?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we are in a very, very busy stage right now, which is great. We are looking forward to Spacewalk launching on Amplitude. Just to explain it very briefly, Spacewalk is the trust minimized bridge that we are building to bring Stellar stablecoins and Stellar as well later down the road into the Dotsama ecosystem. And since stablecoin liquidity is a topic that many teams tackle, we are very excited to chip in here as well. For Pendulum, we are going to launch Spacewalk there as well. We are looking forward to the launch of our Forex optimized automated market maker. Comes with a lot of cool features. Very revolutionary stuff that we are building here. And then there is, of course, also the listing coming up very soon, both for Amplitude and for Pendulum. Congrats here in this case for your upcoming listings. Great to hear that. Been a crowd-loan contributor, so very happy to see the general progress you guys are making. And so there is a lot going on right now. We are going to release an updated launch roadmap very, very shortly. And I think that will be the best opportunity for people to get an oversight in which succession items are going to be rolled out, what is in for the end user. And I think, it's going to be very attractive for anybody that loves yield farming, loves DeFi. You should definitely pay attention to what's coming.
Awesome. I guess I have a follow-up question. Basically, Pendulum aims to connect the traditional finance by onboarding fiat tokens from Stellar, right, via on-off ramp, which allows sort of developers to build applications like forex exchange and cross-border payment on Pendulum. So basically, Pendulum is trying to onboard users from the traditional finance space. So what are the important, what do you think are the important factors to capture Web2 users? And, basically what's your plan to onboard users from the TradFi space to use, Forex applications based on blockchain?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'm looking at it like this. We have two target audiences. So one of that would be the crypto native people that are already savvy in DeFi or yet want to become that. And then, of course, there is the business side of things. And we are in a very good position here because of our business development team doing great work. We have already secured a lot of partnerships with on and off ramps that are going to make it very easy to exchange a stable coin into local fiat currency. So that is definitely one of our biggest strengths, our net of partnerships that allows easy on and off ramping. Of course, you can already send USDC from one country to another, but what is still remaining a huge issue is, how do you convert it to your local currency and then cash it out? So that is a problem that a lot of businesses are facing. A lot of businesses are not really making their way into Web3 yet. So we are seeing ourselves here in a position where we would like to pitch all of the benefits that Web3 has to offer, and the Dotsama ecosystem especially, to all of these businesses. And everybody that we have been talking to mostly has really taken a big interest in what we are building here. And so, we are very, very positive that we are really going to get the ball rolling here and onboard a lot of businesses into doing business on Pendulum.
Yeah, that sounds super awesome. So because we are a bit short of time, maybe just lastly, maybe a bit about our partnership or our collaboration, like what opportunities you see in the partnership with us, and how does it add value to the Pendulum ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the use case here is very obvious to me. If you have Pen tokens, you can lend them out, you can borrow them, you can mint a stable coin against them. So if you are, well, having a good idea on where the Pendulum price will be going, you can decide on taking a loan here in stable coins. So I think that is great. It is expanding the utility for Pendulum by a lot right off the gate. And yeah, awesome job also for the explainer or rundown on how the DeFi strategies work. I'd be very interested in exploring something here to visualize that as well. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Pendulum holders and everybody that wants to become one. And definitely, it is also great that we will see, the Equilibrium stablecoin, to chip in to help it gain a little bit of prominence. So this is definitely very, very exciting, and can't wait to see it in action.
Yeah, likewise,
Cool.
we are looking forward to our collaboration as well.
Looking forward. Thank you, Jonathan, for making this call, and thanks for the partnership. Looking forward to working together.
Likewise, thanks so much for having us on, and yeah, let's do this again one day.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay, so what we have next here on today's agenda is amazing Subwallet. Okay, so let me invite Mabel to call.
Yep. So basically, today we have a special guest from Subwallet, Mabel. She is the business development executive at Subwallet. We are very happy to have her with us today.
Right. Okay, so I invited Mabel to the stage here.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? She's expected. Okay, hey Mabel, how are you?
Okay, hi guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thanks for joining us today. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Hi, Mabel. Nice to see you.
Hi, Natalie.
Would you like to introduce a bit about Subwallet and yourself as well?
Yes. So, hi guys. I'm honored to be here. I am Mabel. I am the business development executive of Subwallet. And what Subwallet is basically we're a non-custodial wallet solution for Polkadot substrate and also Ethereum ecosystems. And it's we actually have a pretty funny background story. We have three co-founders, and because we really believe in Web3 and also the vision of Polkadot, and so we started by building the community of Web3 and Polkadot users in Vietnam, and we were moderating the community. And while doing so, we realized that everyone almost run into the same problem, which is that it is very difficult to get on board onto Polkadot because of the default wallet. Polkadot.js is actually made for developers instead of end users. So we made it our mission to build like a gateway for everyone to get on board onto Polkadot and Substrate ecosystem, and now also Ethereum. And I think I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to show you what you can do on Subwallet.
Amazing.
Okay, so this is, for example, Subwallet extension. And you can see here there are many features. You can manage your assets from multiple chains. You can connect to the app like Equilibrium and sign your transactions. You can also manage your NFT. You can send them. You can track them, and you can also track your crowd loan activities. And we also support in-app staking. Besides that, we are also, like I said before, we support Ethereum and we are EVM compatible. So, for example, if you have a MetaMask account, you can just import it using the private key or the secret recovery phrase, and you can import it into Subwallet, and there you can manage your EVM access along with your substrate and Polkadot native access. We are also the only wallet currently to have both the browser extension and the mobile app, which you can find the link to download here right on our website. We are available on iOS and Android, and on the mobile app, we also have a multi-tab browser where you can enter, for example, Equilibrium the app, and then connect your wallet and um, do whatever you want to do there. So we are also the first wallet to support hardware wallet. You can import your ledger or use the QR code function here to import your to attach your QR signers like Parity Signer and Keystone. And we are 100% non-custodial, so we don't track any user activities. We have had security audit from an independent party, and we are fully open sourced. We also just finished our third and last milestone of the Substrate Builders program, where our source code also got reviewed by their security team. And we have integrated Polkadot.js phishing list, which is a list containing DApps and wallet addresses that have been reported by the community, so that when our users enter those DApps, they can have a little warning and that those are fishy DApps, so they can back out when they need it. So until now, we have added support for about 150 networks, over 180 tokens. Our current installs is about 44,000 plus, and we have about 30,000 weekly active users from over 100 countries. And in the upcoming year, we are going to continue focusing on the user experience, and we're going to have a full launch for both the extension and the mobile app by the end of Q1.
Super amazing, Mabel. Yeah, awesome. Do you also want to share like a few words, like about Equilibrium or about our partnership, and what basically Subwallet would be doing to support Equilibrium and Genshiro?
Yes, absolutely. So I think I'm going to make this quick since we don't have much time, but we are really early supporter of Equilibrium because what you guys are like a leading service provider in DeFi. We love the comprehensive features and swapping, lending, borrowing, and you're adding so much more. And we love that you provide those features on like one platform. So it's like an all-in-one platform for the best user experience. And also because you allow Equilibrium allows like trading of all the crypto that's linked to the Polkadot ecosystem. So that really aligns with the Subwallet mission and vision to support all the parachains and projects in the ecosystem. And of course, I think that after some incidents that we witnessed last year, it's more than ever, it's important to have a decentralized project like Equilibrium to ensure that users can maintain their custody of their funds and reduce, potential losses. Also, another thing that I think is worth mentioning is your stablecoin equity. So we all know that. I think Nick also mentioned this before, and I know that stablecoin is super important since cryptocurrency prices fluctuate so wildly. So this is what's going to make it easier for a regular user to evaluate how much their money will be worth in the long run, and so that's because in the Polkadot ecosystem we also haven't seen like many native stablecoins, so it's important to have a stablecoin like EQD to to go into circulation as a decentralized stablecoin and provide so that consumers can provide different assets as collateral also on Equilibrium and mint it. And having worked directly with the Equilibrium team, we also find that you guys are super hardworking. You give updates about technical news very fast. You fix bugs very fast, and because you have secured a parachain slot for both the Equilibrium and Zenshiro DF, I think that it really shows that you guys are committed to the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem, and it's really great that you have both of your DFs have also added support for Subwallet as a wallet connection option. So so we're just doing our best to support Equilibrium in return. So what we're doing is we have added support for all the Equilibrium and Genshiro networks. So as you can see here, we have added support for the Equilibrium parachain. We have added support also for Genshiro mainnet and testnet. We have added support, I think, about 18 tokens on Equilibrium mainnet alone. And ever since our version, our extension version V0.8.1, we have added also support for transferring EQ and EQD tokens, which I can actually do a little demo for you right now. So so once you've installed Subwallet and imported your account, you can click send here, and you will have to pick like a sender account, and here you can choose the token that you want to send. Here I'm choosing EQ, and then you can go ahead and choose a wallet account that you want to receive that token. For example, here, and for now, I'm going to show you. So it's going to show you like how much EQ you have in each wallet, and here you can choose like a customizable account of amount of tokens that you want to transfer, and then you can hit transfer here. Go ahead and enter your password, and once the transaction has succeeded, you should be able to see the change in your balance right on the extension.
Wow, that's pretty cool. No, seriously. Cool. Are you guys planning for integration of some DeFi functionality into the interface?
Yes, but like I mentioned before, yes, so we have a transaction here. So like I mentioned before, in Q1 of 2023, we're going to first focus on, redesigning the UI UX. And then we would love to, add support for DeFi features like you mentioned. So back to the demo, you can see here that I've sent 10 EQ, and this is my balance after over to the receiver account. I think there's been some error here, but you should see 10 UQ here. And you can also do this on the mobile app of Subwallet, which has like a pretty similar, wait, can you guys see? It has a pretty similar interface. So for example, you can also go to send here, and you can choose your token. You can choose your original chain, original chain here, and you can choose Equilibrium. And then you will have a list of tokens that can be transferred. You have like the from account here. And what's fun about the mobile app is that you can actually use a QR code to enter like a receiving account. So for example, if I click here and then I maybe go over to my browser and then I hit receive from another account, I can get my wallet address here and then I use the QR code to scan it on the browser and then and there it will have the receiver account here. I continue, I hit, do everything like how I do it on the extension, hit send, enter my password. And then wait for the internet connection.
It's always like that with live demo, like every time you run into some
Every
stuff.
single time. I don't know why. So you have it successfully transferred here, and you see the new balance.
Yeah, we just saw it. You received 10 EQ here. Yeah, amazing. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's it. I was going to also do a demo on EQD minting, but I think Nick already Alex already did that. So I think we can skip that so everyone can. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Mabel, there's really, 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 really interesting, and we're looking forward to our close collaboration. So unfortunately, we're running like out of time, and thanks very much for joining us today. We have few stuff to actually cover today besides our demo stuff and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. Looking forward to inviting you into the future community calls. I'm sure we'll have more things down the line to showcase on our community calls and in terms of our collaboration overall. Thank you very much, Mabel.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so guys, we'll be really quick starting from now. I just wanted to show you, as you remember, we left our demo right in the middle of the deposit from Multichain. So eventually I received my USDC stablecoin here, if you can see my screen right now. So I have received, as you probably remember, I've sent 1,000 USDC through Multichain to Equilibrium. I received slightly more than 999. The rest was the commission for the transfer. So literally it was quite small fraction, like 20 whatever cents. And so let me, so basically I have right now USDC and EQD in my wallet. And I'm actually good to go for depositing for the swap. But anyways, so let me, so basically a few things that we also wanted to show you today on our community call is our progress on the roadmap and our development updates. So let me real quick show you the slides with the dev updates. I guess that will be something interesting for you. So multi-chain integration, it's done, fully operational, as you can see from our demo. Then we are working on XCM and XM connections and adding other assets from the .sum ecosystem, new integrations includes Fala, lead entry, and Bifrost. It's something we're working on right now, and there will be a few upcoming announcements real soon. A lot of UI UX work, code refactoring is something that constantly needs improvements and optimization. Right now, we're preparing for open sourcing all our developments. We have also completed the development of Ledger application, sort of proof of concept for that, and hopefully very soon come up with some ecosystem kind of update, because this is the concept we're working on will allow almost every pair chain to integrate Ledger almost seamlessly without any additional development. And right now we're working on AMM for XDots. So hopefully we will come up with this real soon, so you can swap your X dot for actual dots. So I guess that's it from our side in terms of our planned agenda. Let's go through your guys' question real quick in this questionnaire section. We have a lot of them. I would like to know the current APY and where is staking currently available. So you can go to our earn section in our application, and you will find all the strategy listed there in the strategy tab. And so you basically can learn everything yourself there in the interface. Why APY of dot staking is low in equilibrium in this moment, 12%. There is 20% reserve ratio, but I don't understand that point. Please, a bit of information, Alex. Thanks. Raul Garcia Lozano is asking. So so just a few things here. So firstly, yes, there is a reserve ratio, which actually allows us for instant withdrawals of dots staked through us through liquid staking mechanism, EQ dots. And that's why we are reserving some dots, actually not staking their all the bunch of dots that we receive. So that's why the dot staking ratio is a little bit lower than the standard one. But on top of that, you can easily earn yield on staking your EQ dot wrapper, right? So instead of getting 12%, you can get 20% and more through doing more iterations in the platform. Why at the moment stable pool has not generated rewards, but EQ tokens locked? Okay, so it should be generating rewards. Probably exchange rewards are not generated yet because there is not that much, activity in the stable swap pool. But in general, yes. So this pool is generating rewards, and specifically in terms of EQ Blast campaign. What will be the starting price of EQ token? We cannot comment on that, unfortunately. Thank you for having me on the call. You can download Subwallet here and ask support on Subwallet, Discord, Telegram, etc. Yes, so here's the link you can find in the questionnaire section. Let me repost it to our today's chat. Okay. What's next? I would like to know if EQ tokens have been circulated or distributed. Have tokens for institutional investment been distributed as well? Yes. So mostly all the tokens were distributed, and some of them are still subject to vestings. You can see all the token economy on our website. How repay USDT? Where to buy USDT at a reasonable price? Good question. So I encourage everyone who is holding USDT to approach me directly on Telegram. My Telegram tag is hello Melikov. So please approach either me directly or approach anyone from the support team. They will actually direct you to me, and we will sort this out. Do I have to pay interest on board assets? That's the way it is with the typical lending platforms. Yes, you will need to pay interest by far. Interest depends on your collateralization and other parameters of your loan positions, and you can affect your interest by depositing less volatile collateral, more collateral overall. So will there be a breach to the USDT equilibrium project? So short answer, we are considering. Frankly, there's too many things in our pipeline, so probably won't be able to make it quick if we decide to move forward. What is the EQD cross-chain plan? In which parachain will EQD be used firstly? So we are connected with a lot of parachains in the Dotsama ecosystem. Specifically, Astar, things are progressing on that integration very fast. We're announcing more kind of partnerships within the Astar ecosystem. We're also connected with multiple other parachains, including Moonbeam, like Ekala, Parallel, Interlay, and many others. So hopefully we will see more EQD integrations really soon. And you can actually follow us on Twitter or other socials and see everything in terms of progress over there. AUSD is so disappointing. How Equilibrium plans to avoid the fatal? So yeah, we have good question. So we actually you can learn more about our technical setup, I guess, from our documentation. And basically, we have pretty novel like liquidation mechanics. We are taking technical risks very precisely, and actually working a lot on code optimization and testing and security and stuff. So yeah, I hope that all these measures will help us to avoid any similar issues. And yeah, so we have insurance. This is very important. I guess, guys, that's pretty much it from our side today. Sorry for being 27 minutes late in terms of, wrapping up the call. Actually, thank you very much for joining, and hopefully to see you here in the same place in 1 month from now.